What's going on, everybody? My name is Spencer Ostrowski, and this is the Delivering Sports Show. Sorry this video is coming out so late. I did see Dark Phoenix tonight and did a review with my buddy Kevin on my other channel, OurGeekCulture. So if you guys are interested in hearing about what we thought about the movie, you can go check it over my other YouTube page and on Twitter at OurGeekCulture. And in any case, I'm going to talk about today's game. This is going to be a really short episode. Atlanta's one of the worst teams in the league, if not the worst team in the league, behind like New York or something like that. So essentially, at the end of the day, the Las Vegas Aces took care of business. The few things that I will say about this is Liz Cambage started in the starting lineup as she should. And again, I understand that she's on restricted minutes. She's not going to play starter minutes. It wouldn't make sense for her to push herself in the beginning of the season when we really need her in the playoffs, obviously. But at the end of the day, putting her in the starting lineup, clearly dominant. Kelsey Plum and Caitlin McBride went 4 or 5. They both got 3-point shots, and it's just natural. When you have two players who can shoot, and they're able to pass it down into players who are both very dominant in the paint, extremely dominant, if not the two top players in the paint, other than Brittany Griner, you're going to have open shots for shooters. You can go down to the Y and go play a game of pickup, and if you have two really tall players, and you're going to have the ball a lot to shoot on the perimeter. It's just natural. And I guess it looks like he's going away from Swords. She ended up playing garbage time, but I don't really know how I feel about that because, again, my opinion on GC Park isn't the greatest because I think she has a really hard time grabbing rebounds. Her defense isn't the problem, but her inability to shoot effectively and really just grab the ball with two hands off the rebounds, I think is going to be a problem. But, again, she's a little more agile than Carolyn, so I don't think we have a better replacement. Although if Nia Coffey is able to play, or Hamby obviously is incredible, I think that would fill in the gap. It's not the biggest weakness, but again, it's something this team was aspiring for a championship. So these things have to be noted and have to be looked at the very least. In any case, another note I made had made was that Jackie Young was very effective in this game. And from whatever reason I've seen on the internet recently, she's had a lot of slander. I don't really know where this is coming from. Again, she is a rookie. She's playing with 4 other All-Stars in the starting lineup, so she was a little timid in the beginning. She's becoming more aggressive. Starting at the Phoenix game, I really thought she played really well. And even the second half of the very first game of the season, I thought she played very well. She's a very good player, passing, rebounding, shooting. Obviously, her three-point shooting has actually been very surprising. In college, she shot about league average, I would say, right around that 35% range, I think, 35 to 40%. And here she's proving to be extremely effective, which of course, it only helps the Aces. This game, you have to take it with a grain of salt. They had to win this game, and yes, they won by like 30 points, which is a really big deal. But again, this isn't Phoenix. This isn't Los Angeles. So take it for what it is. Enjoy the win. It's obviously very fun to watch. And if we're going to talk about watching the game, I guess this is another thing I could talk about. So I have the WNBA League Pass, obviously, because I want to watch all the away games. I didn't know it was on CBS. I know that's on me on some extent, but I don't know. First, like when you go on the WNBA app, you expect to see, like, if it says it was blacked out for me, and I was so confused because Atlanta is not close to Las Vegas. So I'm scrambling, and luckily I have the Cox controller where I can be able to speak into it, and I said, take me to the Aces game when it went to CBS. I didn't know that was the TV game, so again, I guess it's something I had to pay more attention to, but you would think it'd be something like really, really public and something they're really pushing because it's a big deal. When I made that earlier video about this new TV deal they have with CBS, it was really great to see him on TV. I mean, I thought the commentators had the personality of a salty cracker or a stale cracker and like a wet plate. Like, it was very uninspiring. Like, I don't know what it's going to take, but hopefully those guys aren't the ones signed on for the rest of the season, and why not bring in some interesting characters looking to work their way up in commentary, like Frank Isola. He likes to call games. Like, why not bring him with Brian Scalabrine again? I don't know the business side of things. This is stuff I'm just thinking off the top of my head. There has to be some sort of personalities that are interested in sports commentary, and it's hard to get ESPN games, it's hard to get TNT games to call them because they have this like very strict cast, but if you can make a name for yourself calling WNBA games and maybe bringing a few people to watch the game, because if you bring someone like Frank Isola, he's naturally going to have some sort of interest in the game or bring some people to watch the game. So again, I don't know how the backdoor deals work for this, but you would think like it's a business at the end of the day, and business deals can happen. So And really, that's all I have to say about the game. It was very great to watch, obviously. Watching the Aces dominate is always fun. Much like the first game of the season, it's just really enjoyable to watch. And the rest of the season's obviously not going to be like that. They have to start winning big games, but this is a good start. It was a game they had to win, of course. It was an easy win. It was a good win. So it's really all to say for the game. Please let me know what you guys think in the down below about Jackie Young for like the whole season as it is, not just this game, because I thought she was really aggressive and good in this game. Did you guys think that she hadn't been playing well before this, or not? And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on Liz Cambage and the starting lineup, even with restricted minutes, because I'd obviously been advocating for it the entire season. So thanks for watching, guys. And again, if you guys like movies and other kind of retro games and stuff, you can always check out my other channel called OurGeekCulture. So thank you so much.